Boo, yeah. Another 6K in the bag, doing some nose breathing right now. Taught to be by my man, Patrick McGomb from Oxygen Advantage. And yeah, what a beautiful winter day here on the Heath. And, you know, I'm just feeling really thankful and really grateful this week. You know, in America, we have this meal we celebrate once a year called Thanksgiving, where you give thanks. And, you know, we did something this year where we got out of our house, and instead of making a turkey for us and our friends, we did it for 100 people we never met that don't have a home. A lot of them are, they're addicted and traumatized and don't have a lot of hope. And so we got the opportunity to actually cook for them. And I think we were actually the ones that were blessed that day, more so than anyone else in that room. And it just took us out of our usual paradigm and put us on the front line with people that, you know, that night we're gonna sleep out in the cold. And that was a really hard thing to sleep the night after, because I was thinking, you know what, all those people I shook hands with and hugged and listened to their stories, they're on the streets tonight. And maybe the best option for them is have a drink or have a hit off the pipe or have a shot in the arm, you know? And it's like, it's easy to judge these people when you see them on the street and think, get a job, get off drugs, you did this to yourself. But, you know, we've all been in bad places in our heads emotionally. I'm sure you have. Think about that time. Or you're going to be in the future where your girlfriend or boyfriend left you, or your parents got divorced, or you got fired from your job, or you got beat up, or 9/11 happened, or some trauma. And if you didn't have the support structure around you, you could have faltered. And it's not obvious how low you had gone. We talked to one guy who had lost his job on Monday, and on Thursday he was homeless. You know, people that didn't look homeless were there needing a meal. And they didn't just eat one meal, they ate 3 meals, and they took as much food with them. So it was just really sobering, and it just made me realize that we're all fragile, man. We're all super fragile. Our brains are fragile. Even the ones of us that think we've got it together, you know, we're only a few steps away from losing it all. And once you lose it mentally, you can lose it everywhere else. And I'm convinced that everyone in that room, if they could change their mental game, they could change their outward game. But how do you do that? And I think it starts with a meal and a smile and showing someone that someone gives a shit about you, even if they're these fucking strangers, these weird Americans, you know, who come over and make this Thanksgiving meal. But it starts a conversation. And for these drop-in center, especially the SCT, which is the Spitalfields Crypt Trust, they've been doing this since 1965. And I had Gary Davidge on the show on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and he said, Brian, we're just trying to get them to tell us their name. Sometimes, he said, that can take a year because they have a lot of trust issues. You know, the reason they're on the street is probably because they've lost faith and trust in their fellow human. So he said the meal can learn to a name, can learn to a conversation, to learn to maybe even talk about and maybe admit they might actually have a substance abuse problem, because it's like 83 to 90% of the people out there do. But a lot of them don't necessarily even know it. Because I didn't know it for a long time. You know, I thought everything was fine. I can stop anytime I want, and I was wrong. So anyways, it's just been a real educational period. It's been really thankful. My wife, Marianne, has been really emotional, a lot of crying. She's been kind of sad and angry that this has to happen. She had a lot of contact with the people there, and I just told her this is good, you know. It's important that we get to interact and have these feelings, and if we get angry enough, then we're going to do something about it. So more to come in this space. What a crazy week. I did not know what to expect, but I didn't expect having such a great connection with these people and learning so much. And my team just fucking delivered. They were like a Navy SEAL team, seriously. 15 of us went in and they cooked and cleaned and served and greeted everybody and packed lunches to go. It was just amazing. So much love to them. Much love to Gary Davidge and the SCT Center for letting us come in, the crazy Yanks, and do this Thanksgiving holiday. And it was a real honor. It was my best Thanksgiving ever in my whole life. And that includes when I was a kid and when my grandparents and my family and friends were there. But this was just 10 times better. We served 100 people on Thursday, and it was just fucking gangster. So there you go. Doing this again next year. And wherever you are out there, just think about giving thanks. And, you know, maybe make eye contact with someone on the streets and maybe have a conversation with them and give them a little bit of hope. And just recognize, you know, we're all part of the same stuff, you know. We're all part of this same big ant colony called the human race, and we are more connected than you think we are. Every year I get older, the more I realize that we're connected so much more than I ever realized. So there you go. Much love from Hampstead Heath. Thank you so much.